Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel, and thanks for logging on. If you enjoy these videos, do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here on Watchbox Reviews. I'd really appreciate it, and then I'd be able to send you my daily video updates straight to your inbox. If you enjoy these watches, you can purchase them on our website, thewatchbox.com. Buy, trade, or sell luxury watches on thewatchbox.com. Today, we're talking about a watch from a brand that really deserves to be discussed as one of the premier independents in Swiss watchmaking. Not just German Swiss watchmaking, no. The other luxury watch brand from Schaffhausen, Moser Cie, here with the Mayu, represents one of the best-kept secrets in luxury watches. They make beautiful watches, they make few of them, and they use impressive levels of technology, innovation, and vertical integration for a company of their size. Now, in the modern era, Moser has existed since 2006. 2005-2006 was the period when production and engineering ramped up. 2012 was the year the Milan family, owners of MELB Holdings, bought into the company and offered stabilizing capital as well as business direction. The watches were always outstanding, and you can see this 39mm platinum Moser Mayu is an example of why that is. A perfect size, perfect proportioning and lines. This is an awesome dress watch, but with the combination of the white metal case, superb fit, and the power of a black dial, it's really an all-arounder appropriate in almost any company or attire. So you can see 39mm across the round of the case, not including the crown. Okay, this is German Swiss watchmaking. We can be precise. It's 38.8. The watch is reasonably slim as well. 9.6mm with a concave bezel that really pares down the visual mass and allows a dress cuff, if you wish, to slip up and over the sides. Lug-to-lug, it's reasonably compact at 45.2mm. This is a watch that could be worn on a wrist as small as 13 centimeters in circumference. Lug spacing is reasonably broad, a healthy 20mm, giving you many OEM and aftermarket strap options. Now, the timepiece does have a satisfying heft to it because of the platinum composition, despite not being particularly large. You can see that the lugs do curve down gracefully and dramatically. They turn almost straight down as they exit the case, helping to arc the watch around a smaller wrist. This is truly a great option for petite wrists. The timepiece with a lightly bolstered strap. It is a black semi-gloss medium rectangular scale alligator leather with a monotone stitch and a folded edge. You can see semi-curved spring bars allow the lugs to be drilled close to the case, while at the same time allowing the strap to move without any kind of encumbrance so it doesn't flare out and fight your wrist. On the underside, calfskin, very supple. It is a Moser strap, and it is a Moser pin buckle, as you can see, in matching platinum 950. That's something I consider important on a luxury watch. A buckle to match the case material, especially when the case material is the king of metals. You'll note a couple of different finishes and flourishes. Moser cases are all beautiful. Vertically striated satin finish between the lugs, polishing on the lugs as well as the flanks. You'll note that there is a contrast between the satin finish of the case band and the polish of the fluted recesses that add a gorgeous, sinuous grace to the case lines. The bezel is minimalist and concave. Taking a page from Patek Philippe's playbook, Moser uses this styling device to visually pare down the mass of the watch. You can also see, principally of high polish, it wears that polish well without seeming gaudy. That's the benefit of a thin and fine case of traditional size. The dial is beautiful, not one of Moser's gradient dials, rather it is a matte anthracite, not quite black, not quite gray, with applied white gold indices and white gold leaf or foist style hands at center. It's nicely anchored by 12 at the top of the dial and a sunken small second, or I should actually call it a medium second dial, because it is a large sub-seconds dial at 6 o'clock. As you can see, there are two different planes. There's the actual track for the seconds, and then there's a raised center dial. Fancy attention to detail for a watch that is essentially a simple three-hand timekeeper. There's also a beautiful polished chaptering. The attention to detail is the hallmark of Moser, though their watches are deceptively simple. Considerable time goes into every facet of the design. Don't believe me? Well, look at the crown that is conical, but a reverse conical profile, so it's easy to dig your fingers in at its base and pull it out. It's also incredibly substantial, feeling like an oversized Rolex triplock crown in the fingers. It doesn't have that wobbly feel of many dress watches. Still more attention to detail. There's a small kerf cut into the underside of the case to make digging your nails in even easier. Nothing has been overlooked in providing the finest in engineering as well as materials quality and finish. And that continues on the case back. We're looking at the Moser manufacturer caliber HMC 321.503, 27 joules, 3-day power reserve manual wind. A couple of features that deserve to be called out. First, there is a power reserve scale that features a rotating disc. So the disc itself underneath the index rotates as you wind the watch. The balance sits astride a full gold escapement. Gold escape wheel, gold anchor, 14 karat gold, made by Precision Engineering, the tenant brand of Moser. It's actually their sub-brand that makes small parts for them. The balance, the escapement, the hairspring, the small parts that most small brands typically purchase from outside, Moser makes in-house. Let's see if we can give ourselves some more aperture still and get a little bit lighter. You'll note a free sprung balance with a full balance bridge for shock resistance. What you may not be able to see is that it's a big balance with a high moment of inertia, beating away at a slow 18,000 vibrations per hour. Also impressive, the fact that it is a fully removable platform escapement and balance structure, so Moser will have a pre-serviced full unit ready to drop into your watch when you send it into service to dramatically reduce the time down during service and get the watch back on your wrist. You also note some finishing traditions that are rather unique to Moser. You can see that there's plenty of engraving across the bridges, which are double-crested Côte de Genève. Perhaps we need to call them something else because we are in Schaffhausen, but it's a take on the Geneva waves with a gorgeous double-crested design. You can see the edges are nicely beveled and polished, and all of the screw heads are black polished. The finish is impeccable, even the stud holder atop the balance, black polished and beautiful. A gorgeous manufacturing movement, all in-house, down to the parts that small manufacturers typically buy. That's Moser. And I mentioned no detail overlooked. Well, you can see when I pull that crown out, I stop the free sprung balance. Yes, a free sprung balance with stop seconds on a traditional dress watch. Patek Philippe, are you listening? This is a handsome and remarkably appointed simple watch. In an era when F.P. Journe and even the Johnny-come-lately Laurent Ferrier have become immensely chic and fashionable, Moser deserves to be discussed in the same breath. A company that makes between 1,000 and 1,500 watches a year, they are truly the German-Swiss F.P. Journe. See this one and find out why on our website.